Before we continue with roots of polynomials, there's one notation we will be using throughout the series. The sigma notation, which is denoted by Greek letter which looks like M. So this is how it looks like, basically M. So it represents sum in a cleaner way. So it has two values, upper value, which represents stop, where to stop, and lower value, which represents start. So and index, of course. So if we have something like this with upper value of 5 and lower value of 1 and index, so this basically means sum of everything up till 5. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals to 15. So if we have sigma 16 and starting value of 2, this basically means 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 and so on until plus 16. So this is what this notation represents. It's just an easier way of representing sums. So but we won't be focusing on numerical summations. We'll only learn how sigma notation is used in polynomials. So for instance, let me change the color. For instance, we have a polynomial with roots alpha and beta. Okay, we have a polynomial with roots alpha and beta. So if we were to write the product of these roots, alpha plus beta, can we, instead of writing alpha plus beta, can't we just make a sigma notation and alpha inside? This basically means sum of alpha and beta, sum of roots. Okay, if we have polynomial with three roots, alpha, beta, and gamma, we can just write alpha plus beta plus gamma. This is basically summation of alpha, right? Sigma alpha. Now, if we have, let's assume we have a polynomial with roots, alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, just like in last example. But now we have product of roots pairwise. We have to write the sum of it, like this. Alpha, they are being multiplied by each other once. Okay, so alpha beta plus beta gamma plus and alpha gamma. This is also a sum. So can we use sigma notation here? Yes, we can. So what's the first term here? Alpha and beta. So we will simply write sigma and alpha and beta. So this basically means sum of pairwise products. So alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma. So yeah, similarly, if we have four roots, polynomial with four roots, which are alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Yeah. So now if we want to represent, let's write pair of two pairwise sum and sum. So what would be the sum here? Sum would be alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. We can basically write it as sigma alpha. This represents this. Okay. Now for pairwise, for this polynomial pairwise sum, which would be alpha beta plus alpha gamma plus alpha delta plus beta gamma plus beta delta plus gamma delta. As you guys see, it's like getting really long, but we know it's like pairwise sum. So that's why we use sigma notation. We can just simply write this as alpha beta. This represent all of this. So it's just an easier way of writing things. Okay, so now we have triple product, triple pair product sum. This is basically alpha beta gamma plus alpha beta delta plus alpha gamma delta plus beta gamma delta. We can just simply write it as sigma alpha beta gamma. This represent all of this. We should also be able to know how to like deal with reciprocals of alpha, beta, and gamma. So for example, we have a polynomial with roots 1 over alpha, 1 over alpha, 1 over beta, 1 over gamma. So how will we calculate sum of roots for this? So sum of roots is basically equals to 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta plus 1 over gamma. This is gamma. Let me fix this. 1 over gamma. So let's take LCM. So this would be alpha, beta. This goes here, this goes here. Alpha plus beta plus 1 over gamma. Okay. So now let's take LCM for this. So alpha gamma plus beta gamma plus alpha beta, and these gets multiplied alpha beta gamma. Okay, so we can simply write it as you guys see, this is pairwise sum, right? Pairwise sum. Everything is being multiplied by each other once. Pairwise sum. So we can write it as sigma alpha beta divided by product of all three roots, right? Why didn't we use sigma notation here? Because it's not being added with anything. So similarly, if we have 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, it's basically equals to alpha plus beta alpha beta, which is equals to sum of alpha plus alpha beta. So let's move on. Okay, so now for squares, if we have sigma alpha square, a polynomial with three roots, so how will we write? What does this represent? It represents alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. This is basically equals to sigma alpha square. Similarly, if we have sigma 1 over alpha square, this basically means 1 over alpha square plus 1 over beta square plus 1 over gamma square. So let's move on. So whenever you see this sigma notation, it indicates that multiple terms are being added together, as we saw here, that multiple terms are being added, and similarly here, here, and here. So yeah, it always indicates that multiple terms are being added. So if something is by itself not being added to anything, we can't use sigma notation with it, because if we were to use sigma notation with it, it will basically mean this: alpha beta plus alpha gamma plus alpha delta, which is wrong, which is completely wrong. So yeah, if we have alpha beta alone, we won't be using sigma notation with it. So let's revise everything. So alpha basically means sigma alpha means sum of roots. Sigma alpha beta means sum of pairwise roots. And sigma alpha beta gamma means sum of trio of roots, and so on.